What's up, guys? I want to do a quick review of the new movie I saw a couple days ago called Jane. Now, Call Jane stars, let's get the cast sheet out here. It stars Elizabeth Banks, Sigourney Weaver, who was in the new trailer today for Avatar The Way of Water, Kate Mara, and Corey Michael Smith. I put off making a review because honestly, I don't got a lot to say about this movie. I think the first 20 minutes, they're pretty. I don't know if it was my theater, but everything felt low. And that's why I don't think it was my theater, because in the first 20 minutes, everything felt low and slow and not that acted that well. Wasn't a lot of chemistry between the family of the Joy's family. There wasn't a lot of chemistry there. And that 20 minutes was a pretty unbearable for me to get through. But once the character of Gwen, I can't even. You know who, if you know who plays Gwen, you know her. She's in a lot of great stuff. I think one of her most notable roles is she's in Batman v Superman, and she's in Loki as one of the guards. She's a great actress, and once she comes in, the movie really starts to pick up. And Sigourney Weaver as Virginia, she's fucking great. Corey Michael Smith is this like a weird doctor, sleazy scumbag type of guy. He plays his role great. I feel like they did it, even like a little bit of like a world building and not trying to get us accustomed to what's going on at the time, because they're in the late '60s, about to be the '70s, and they do a very good job of getting us accustomed to what's going on in America at the time. And I think they really handled this topic of what like everything they're trying to do. I think that it comes across well. It doesn't come across ham-fisted. Right now, the movie has an 81% critic score on 109 reviews, 83% verified audience score, fewer than 50 verified reviews. The overall audience is 68%, but the actual verified audience score is 83%. So, this movie's talking about abortion, so you know it's going to be a little hot and fiery. And I really like the way they handled it. I really do. I feel like they didn't. I feel like the way they handled it was very mature, and they got their point across great. It's not a masterpiece, but everything they set out to do, I feel like they did it well. It was acted well. Everything came across well. They just did this well. It was well made, but it's nothing crazy, and it's far from the best movie of the year. But it's not bad. It's average, and I feel like that first 20 minutes really soured me on the whole movie, because the rest of the movie is great after, like, once the character of Gwen comes in and once we get into the meat and bones of the movie, it becomes a really well acted and a well narrative movie. I don't want to say this. Everything they, like I said, everything they do comes across great, and what they're trying to do comes across great. Like, what they set up to do, they do. But it's like, I don't think they touch on any new ground or anything. They don't make any great points. They just make points that we already know. You know what I mean? So, for what it's trying to say, it did a good job, but it's not nothing crazy. And if you don't want to see, I feel like you could wait for Netflix or Hulu, whatever this might. This is Universal. It's probably gonna go to Peacock. I'm pretty sure this is Universal. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna go to Peacock. I'm pretty sure this is a Universal movie. I hope I'm not wrong. But yeah. I guess this is a 6 out of 10 for me. I like Kate Mara in this. I wish we saw more of her character. And that little subplot they had with, I understand it, but I feel like that could have been way more developed. The subplot with Kate Mara playing Joy's friend, girlfriend type, and her developing feelings for Joy's husband because Joy's never there because of what she's doing, helping the abortion people and everything. I feel like that subplot could have been developed much better, or I don't know. But yeah, this is a good little movie. 6 out of 10, decent, average. I don't know if you don't want to see this in the theater. You know, I think it's too expensive. I understand. I don't know if this is a must see. I feel like there's a lot better options. You can see Tar, Triangle Sadness, even you got Banshees in the Steering coming out this week. There's a lot of better options. I understand you don't want to see this in the theater, and I don't really recommend. Like, if you're on the fence about this, I don't really recommend it to see it in a theater. It's a good watch, but I don't recommend it. You know, I feel like there's other things you can save your money for. So overall, it's 6 out of 10. Average. couple good performances. Best scene in here is between the character of Joy and a detective. That's the best scene by far in the entire movie. Like that, everything about that scene I loved. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Good little movie. Average, decent. So see you on the next one. Hopefully I'm going to review Armageddon Time and Banshees and Inisherin. Those movies, I got to go like 25, 30 miles to see them from my local theaters and picking up these a lot of these Oscar movies because as I saw, they're going to pick up their One Piece movie. A lot of people like to think, oh, well, these big blockbuster movies are the reason we can't see the a lot of indie movies in the theater. Like, no. A lot of local theaters and theaters in general, they'll choose. They don't even choose Marvel movies over these local little things. Like Call Jane only made well, I want to say it made like $200,000 this weekend. That's not a lot of money overall. It's not a lot of money. So it's like they're not just picking. Like they'll pick anything. They'll pick even a little IP over a lot of this indie stuff, which is sad. But it's like it's just business. Business is business. So if you got a chance to see some of these movies like Banshees and Inisherin, Triangle of Sadness, I don't recommend it. Even if you want to see it and you want to support it, I do recommend it, like because you want to support original cinema, original movies, original work. So even though I said even if you're on the fence about seeing this movie, even if you would just want to support original movies, I guess you should do that. So yeah, 6 out of 10. A lot of great actresses I love in this movie, but overall it's just average. But hey, there's nothing wrong with being average. Nothing has to be a masterpiece. So nothing has to be all this big, great masterpiece. It was a nice watch, and I had fun watching it. So, and I think I learned a lot watching it. I think I learned a lot, but it wasn't like throwing anything new at you. I'm contradicting myself a lot with this movie, but like it's not throwing anything new out there at you, but it's still a good watch, especially if you're on the phone about some of these issues that this movie's talking about. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for the last time. Average movie. Looking forward to reviewing these other movies coming out this week. So yeah, peace.